Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now November 11th of 2021. Now, a lot of fans are truly looking forward to projects like The Bad Batch Season 2, The Mandalorian Season 3, and let's not even forget about the Book of Boba Fett, the Kenobi series, and the Ahsoka show that's really going to all come together for this new Star Wars universe by Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars updates. Also, by the way, guys, I am on Twitter at Mike01 if you guys want to go ahead and give me a follow on there. I do post a couple of fun and entertaining things on there from time to time and interact with you guys further. So we're now in a very interesting phase for Star Wars because we're not only getting closer to new Star Wars shows, but Disney is about to announce a new roster of Star Wars movies at Star Wars Celebration next year in 2022 in May. So it's going to be a big deal at Celebration as a big Star Wars event. Now, tomorrow is Disney Plus Day. In case you guys did not know, mark your calendars because tomorrow is going to be a big moment in Star Wars history. We're going to be getting our first look at the Kenobi series, as well as the Star Wars Andor show. A new Star Wars TV show announcement is coming our way as well. And we're going to be learning more about the Book of Boba Fett and its connection to the Mandalorian Season 3. Again, they are treating the Boba Fett series as the Mandalorian 2.5, so you can look at it like that. It's going to also have flashbacks to events in between The Empire Strikes Back, and of course, even in Return of the Jedi. So looking forward to that as well. So with everything being said here, alright, we already know that George, John, and Dave are very much hard at work on multiple new Star Wars TV series. However, the higher-ups over at Disney are actually running into a lot of complications about a specific Star Wars director/writer. We're going to be getting into this just right now. So, with that being said, now that of course many changes are happening behind the scenes over at Lucasfilm between Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni working on a number of new Star Wars shows that are about to be unveiled at Celebration next year. However, it's described that the higher-ups over at Disney have been having lots of trouble with the production of a specific Star Wars project that was well into production when it came to the script, and that Disney is now looking to fire and let go of Star Wars director/writer Patty Jenkins. This is, however, said to be a tough decision on Disney's part, such as Bob Chapek having major conflicting moments on whether or not this is going to be the right call, as they actually like Patty Jenkins, and that this is actually in no way because they dislike her as a person, but rather her creativity with the script was just not matching up with what Disney wants for a new Star Wars movie. Now, it's described also that Disney has noticed that barely any fans have been talking about Rogue Squadron at all, and that this is leading Disney to believe that this film could very well fail if not done properly, so to speak. Now, Chapek is said to have been on high alert after seeing the poor reception of Wonder Woman 1984 by Jenkins, and that this is actually going to involve the higher-ups over at Disney, including Chapek, the CEO, moving forward with letting go of Jenkins from the project entirely, including plans for canceling this movie altogether. Now, it's said that also the production for Rogue Squadron was an absolute abomination, with the script going through too many changes that was also adding into complications of getting this movie to film on time by Q2 of next year. As a response to this, Disney is described to be moving forward with an Old Republic Star Wars movie that is going to focus on key characters like Darth Malgus, Revan, and others that will actually be dedicated to both the light and dark side stories of the past that takes place thousands of years before the events of Episode 1. Now, Disney has been working on the Old Republic project for a very long time now, and have actually put the production now to full speed in response to the complications of Patty Jenkins' Rogue movie. Now, Disney is trying their absolute best to not only cover up what's been happening with Jenkins and their creative differences and lack of faith in her success with Star Wars, but also Disney is still trying to cover their tracks with the fact that Rian Johnson's trilogy is just not happening at all. However, Kathleen Kennedy is described to have been pushing for a proposal for Rian Johnson to work on the Acolyte series as one of the directors for the new Star Wars story. Jenkins is described to be very upset with Disney's conversations about Jenkins and wanting to get her fired from the new Star Wars film, and that Lucasfilm is now looking into ways that they could actually salvage her story for a segment in one of the future Star Wars TV shows, so to speak. So here's the deal about Patty. Now, I will say she did an absolute great job on the first Wonder Woman. I don't know if you guys saw 1984, but the sequel, to me, my opinion, being very honest with you guys, I wasn't all that impressed, and it really got me a bit worried about Rogue Squadron. In fact, it's one of the main reasons as to why I believe a lot of fans have not really been talking about that movie in particular, is because there were so many fans, DC fans in particular, that were actually very upset with how 1984 turned out to be. It wasn't necessarily a terrible movie, it just felt very out of place, very unorganized. There was just something off about that movie. I don't know how to really explain it. The writing just wasn't on point, the directing wasn't on point, and it could have been far better if they took things maybe a little bit more slow. But I digress. The thing about Rogue Squadron is this. A lot of fans are saying this, and you guys may very well know a lot of fans that have said this. A lot of fans express this, that they don't really want a Star Wars movie that just focuses strictly on ships or space wars, right? That have to do with, you know, ships going against other ships. Fans want more of that Jedi and Force lore first, and then maybe have something like Rogue Squadron as, you know, something to fill in between. That's exactly what Rogue One, A Star Wars Story did, mind you. In 2016, it was a great filling point for the sequel trilogy. You know, we had a moment where Episode 7 left off in 2015, and then we had Rogue Squadron, focusing more so on the rebels and the war between the Empire and the Rebellion, and it worked fantastically. It was a great movie nonetheless, even if it was on its own, and even if the sequel trilogy didn't exist, it still is a great Star Wars movie. But that's my point. A lot of fans have expressed this, that they don't want just an actual movie to focus on spaceships and spaceships alone. This was going to be, mind you, very different than Rogue One. It was not going to be anything like Rogue One. We weren't going to really have much on-foot combat. It was going to be strictly pretty much based on the Rogue Squadron video game. Alright, so I think that obviously that could have been a mistake on Jenkins' part and Lucasfilm's part together, but now Disney's higher-ups are looking to let go of her and to focus more so on projects that are more in line with what the Star Wars fans actually want to see on the big screen. We're talking about lightsaber action, things that have to do with the Force and everything around those lines, and I can understand that, before they move on to movies like that. So overall, you know, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens later down the road. Disney wants to fire her, they want to get rid of Jenkins, not because they despise her as a person or a director, it's just because things are just not working out, and they're very worried about her creativity level of what happened with 1984, and the multiple script changes that were actually happening for Rogue Squadron. So anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this below in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.